Well, the outbreak inside the White House calling into question the administration's safety protocols, or lack thereof, I guess I should say. The guidelines from the CDC call for businesses to safely protect their employees by social distancing, by wearing a mask, amongst other things. So, Rick, the question here is, if the White House were operating like a business, I mean, how much trouble could it potentially be in, just in terms of the lack of safety protocols or safety measures that they have taken to protect some of the employees inside the White House?
If the White House were a normal business, it could be facing a lot of legal liability related to employees and visitors or third parties both. I mean, in a business, they would be customers. But there have been many third-party visitors to the White House, including some who went to that celebration for the Supreme Court justice on September 26th and did subsequently come down with the COVID infection. So it's worth pointing out, every business around the White House has to abide by rules issued by Washington, D.C. that say you have to wear a mask if you're a worker or a customer inside a business. There has to be a safety plan. You do have to make it possible for people to safely distance inside the business. And all the normal businesses in D.C., either they operate like that or they don't operate. And if you flout those rules as a normal business, you're susceptible to lawsuits. The White House does not have to abide by those by local or even state regulations wherever there's a federal agency. The way it works for the White House is they're supposed to abide by rules set by the Occupational Safety and Health Administration, OSHA, but Trump's OSHA has set no rules for what government has to do, or businesses for that matter, to keep people safe from COVID. So because of these wrinkles, if you are an employee of the White House who gets sick, you do not have very much legal recourse the way you would in a normal business.
Rick, going through your piece, I know you mentioned a workers' compensation claim, but it sounds like from what you're saying, just in terms of the employees inside the White House, that wouldn't help much in this situation.
Right. So what usually happens with employees when they either get hurt or they get sick on the job is the first thing they do is file a workers' compensation claim. And it's typical that all businesses pay into what's basically an insurance fund, which then takes care of the worker. The catch with that, and some worker advocates say this is really not fair because first of all, workers' compensation doesn't pay that much. And in some cases, it actually makes it harder to file a lawsuit. But you can. I mean, again, if we're talking about normal businesses that have to play by the rules, you can file a workers' comp claim. And then if you feel you still have suffered damages that go beyond what that claim reimbursed you for, then you can file a lawsuit. It's a lot harder when it's the government because there are some rules in place that don't make it impossible to sue the government, but make it a lot harder. So it looks as if the way Trump runs the White House, with really no protections institutionalized at any rate to protect workers, looks like they can get away with it.
Well, it's pretty simple. They should just reinstate the mask wearing and also enforce social distancing.
We all know where Trump stands on that.
I know. And then we wouldn't be in this situation, but we could talk about that.
Trump is the most mask shunner in the world.
That's true.
Hey investors, Zach Guzman here. Are you interested in learning more about the markets and getting the latest financial news? Well, then click right here to subscribe to our Yahoo Finance YouTube channel. Get the latest up-to-the-minute market analysis, big interviews in the world of finance, and information on how to manage your money every day wherever you are.